What if the dream girl dynamic isn't about molding yourself to fit fantasies, but awakening to the power of how you're already perceived? Let's cut through the noise. You are either her in someone's eyes, or you're negotiating your worth in a role that was never yours to play. Hey there, my gorgeous queens. Welcome to Feminine Queen, where we trade tired tropes for sovereign strategies that rewrite your love story. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited you're here today because we're diving into something so juicy and close to my heart. Ladies, ever questioned why some connections leave you radiant while others quietly extinguish your glow? Like, one minute you're feeling on top of the world, and the next, you're wondering why you're not shining as bright? I've totally been there, sweethearts, and it's such a roller coaster, right? Well, prepare to decode the hidden psychology that dictates who gets cherished and who gets taken for granted. Trust me, it's going to be an eye-opener. This isn't about tricks to win his attention. It's about magnetic mastery that commands devotion. Oh no, we're not here for games. We're here to unlock that sparkle inside you that makes people fall head over heels naturally. We're tearing apart societal myths about being the one, translating confusing behaviors into undeniable truths, and arming you with 3 unshakable mindset shifts that turn fleeting flings into soul-deep commitments. I mean, who doesn't want a love that feels like a fairy tale but is totally real? By the final frame, you'll wield the ultimate lens, seeing exactly who deserves your queen energy and who merits nothing but a regal exit. Picture this, my lovelies. You, glowing with confidence, knowing exactly who's worthy of your time and who needs to catch up later. Maybe never. The choice is yours. Keep fading into background characters or step into the spotlight where you belong. Your throne awaits, and I'm holding your hand the whole way there because you deserve to feel like the royalty you are. So, let's sprinkle some magic and get started. Your dream girl era is calling. 1. The alchemy of self-possession. Your crown is non-negotiable. True power begins when you stop seeking validation and start embodying it. A woman who is her own dream girl doesn't just love herself, she reigns over her life with unshakable authority. This isn't about surface-level affirmations. It's about cultivating an inner kingdom where your worth is the law of the land. When you become the standard, you no longer beg for crumbs of attention. You demand feasts of devotion. Every decision, from what you tolerate to who you allow into your space, becomes a reflection of your sovereignty. Oh, my darling, can you imagine how amazing it feels to wake up every day knowing you're the queen of your own world? It's like putting on the prettiest crown that no one can ever take off you. When you stop worrying about what everyone else thinks and start living for you, it's like the whole universe shifts to cheer you on. You're not just sitting there hoping someone notices how special you are. You're twirling through life, and they can't help but see it. And the best part? You get to decide who's lucky enough to join your royal court, because your heart is a treasure, and only the best get to bask in its glow. 2. The 5-tier hierarchy, decoding his silent valuation system. Men categorize women instinctively, and understanding this hierarchy is your key to never being undervalued again. At the bottom, there's the desperate girl, convenient but disposable, like a spare tire kept in the trunk. Then the good time girl, enjoyed in secret but never showcased. The good enough girl is reliable but forgettable, like background noise. The dream girl ignites a man's ambition. She's the muse who inspires him to level up. And the out-of-league girl? She's the fantasy he can't sustain, the trophy that slips through his fingers. Your mission is to recognize where you stand and refuse to settle for anything less than being his obsession. If he treats you like an afterthought, it's not because you're lacking. It's because he's incapable of appreciating your rarity. A man who sees you as his dream girl doesn't just want you. He fears losing you. He'll rearrange his life to keep you close, not because you asked, but because the thought of you walking away is unbearable. Sweetie, let's chat about this for a sec. Have you ever felt like you're just there in someone's life but not really seen? Ugh, it's the worst, right? But here's the tea. You're not meant to be anyone's backup plan or secret snack. You're the whole dessert table. When you know this hierarchy, it's like getting a sneak peek into his brain, and you can say, nope, I'm not settling for less than dream girl status. Imagine him looking at you with those starry eyes, knowing you're the one he'd move mountains for. That's the vibe we're going for, because you're way too fabulous to be anything less. 3. The myth of the perfect face. Why he'll burn worlds for a woman who feels like home. Physical beauty may catch his eye, but it's emotional resonance that enslaves his soul. A man's dream girl isn't the most conventionally attractive woman. She's the one who makes his chaos feel ordered. Can you make him laugh when he's on the verge of breaking? Does your presence alone soothe his restless mind? These are the hooks that sink deeper than any symmetrical face ever could. A high-value man doesn't just want arm candy. He craves a sanctuary. This is why some men leave stunning women for those who seem average to outsiders. It's not about looks, it's about alchemy. When you become his peace, his inspiration, and his escape, you transcend physicality. He's not comparing you to other women. He's measuring everyone else against the feeling you evoke. Cultivate this depth, and no supermodel could ever steal your throne. Okay, cutie, let's get cozy with this one. You don't need to look like you walked off a magazine cover to be his everything. Phew, right? It's all about how you make him feel. Like, picture this. He's had the worst day ever, and just hearing your giggle or cuddling up with you turns it all around. That's your superpower, babe. You're like his little haven of happiness, and that's worth more than any filter or fancy makeup. So, keep being your warm, wonderful self, because that's what makes him want to protect and adore you forever. 4. The listening games. How to weaponize silence. Most women talk themselves out of power by over-explaining, oversharing, and auditioning for love. The dream girl knows that silence is her sharpest blade. When you stop filling the air with nervous chatter, you force him to reveal himself. Does he compliment you unprompted, or only when fishing for validation? Does he ask about your dreams, or just steer conversations back to himself? His unguarded words will tell you everything. This isn't about playing mind games. It's about strategic observation. The right man will fill the silence with efforts to impress you. The wrong one will reveal his shallowness. Let him talk until he hands you the blueprint of his intentions. Then and only then do you decide if he's worth your energy. Oh, my precious. This is such a fun little trick. Next time you're with him, try being a tiny bit quiet. Like, sip your tea and just listen with those big, sparkly eyes. It's amazing what you'll notice. Does he start gushing about how pretty you are without you saying a peep? Or does he just blab about himself? It's like a cute detective game, and you're the smartest sleuth. You deserve someone who's dying to know all about your dreams, not just waiting for his turn to talk. So, hush a little and watch the magic happen. You've got this. 5. The subtle art of demand-free devotion. Dream girl treatment isn't about extracting gifts or declarations. It's about inspiring instinctive devotion. Notice the small things. Does he remember your coffee order? Does he text when he lands safely after a trip? These micro-gestures reveal more than grand romantic overtures ever could. A man in love doesn't need reminders. He anticipates your needs like a reflex. This is where most women fail. They focus on extracting promises instead of observing behavior. The man who's truly invested doesn't just meet your expectations. He exceeds them without being asked. He doesn't love you because you demanded it. He does it because the thought of you unhappy is physically unbearable to him. Honey, isn't it the sweetest when he does those tiny things that show he's thinking of you? Like, imagine him popping by with your fave latte just because he knows it makes you smile. Swoon! You don't even have to ask because he's already tuned into your heart. That's the kind of love we're dreaming of here, where he's so smitten that making you happy is his favorite hobby. So, keep an eye out for those little love notes in his actions. They're like secret hugs from his soul to yours. 6. The fixer-upper delusion. Why broken men stay broken. A man who hasn't healed himself will only break you. The dream girl dynamic isn't about nursing wounds. It's about partnering with someone who's already whole. Wounded men are emotional black holes. They'll drain your light trying to fill their void. The right man doesn't need fixing. He's already doing the work. His stability isn't your responsibility. It's his prerequisite. This is why you must walk away at the first sign of unhealed trauma. Not because you're heartless, but because you're too precious to be collateral damage in someone else's war. Let him heal on his own time. Your energy is reserved for kings, not projects. Listen, my lovely, I know your heart's huge and you want to help everyone, but hear me out. You're not here to be anyone's repair kit. Picture yourself as this radiant little star, and you shouldn't have to dim yourself to patch up someone else's cracks. It's tough to step away, I get it, but you're so worth someone who's already strong and ready to lift you up too. Let those fixer-uppers figure it out, because your glow is meant for someone who's already shining bright beside you. 7. The invisible curriculum. Master the subjects he can't teach. Become fluent in the languages of intimacy that schools don't teach. Study his passions, not to impress him, but to surprise him. Can you identify his favorite whiskey by scent? Quote his favorite film's most obscure line? These aren't party tricks. They're the secret handshakes of deep connection. This mastery makes you irreplaceable. When you understand his world better than he does, you cease being just a girlfriend. You become his confidant, his muse, his living sanctuary. This is how you transcend the physical and anchor yourself in his soul. Okay, cutie pie, how fun would it be to totally wow him with something he loves? Like, imagine you casually drop a line from his fave movie during dinner and his jaw just drops. Adorable! It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about showing him you get him in this super special way. You're like his little partner in crime, and that closeness, it's what makes him think, wow, she's my person. So peek into his world a bit. It's like collecting treasures that make your bond sparkle even more. Feminine Queen, your throne awaits. Stop begging for scraps. You didn't click on this video to learn how to be chosen. You're here to remember how to choose. Every second spent waiting for a man to step up is a second stolen from your destiny. The right man doesn't need to be convinced. He'll move mountains just to stand in your shadow. So ask yourself, are you still negotiating with mediocrity, or are you ready to claim what's yours? 8. The rejection reverberation. Why no is your superpower. Every time you reject half-hearted love, you amplify your worth. The right man isn't scared off by boundaries, he's aroused by them. Watch how he reacts when you decline last-minute plans or refuse to chase him. Does he double down with effort, or disappear like smoke? Your no isn't a loss, it's a litmus test. It separates the boys who want convenience from the men who are willing to fight for a place in your life. Use it ruthlessly. Sweetheart, saying no is like waving a magic wand over your life. It's not mean, it's you saying, I'm a princess and I deserve the best. Try it next time he's all casual like, oh, want to hang out in 5 minutes? And you're like, nope, I'm busy being fabulous. A real prince will be like, okay, I'll plan something amazing for her. It's so empowering, and you'll feel like the strongest, cutest version of yourself. Because you are. 9. The lifestyle litmus test. Shared rituals over shared Instagrams. Alignment isn't about matching aesthetics. It's about syncing soul rhythms. Does he thrive on adventure while you crave quiet? A dream girl compliments, but core values are non-negotiable. Love isn't compromise. It's seamless coexistence. Pay attention to his daily rituals. Does he read? Is he curious? These habits reveal more than any love letter ever could. The right man doesn't just fit into your life, he enhances it. My dear, think about what makes your heart sing every day. Maybe it's curling up with a book and a cup of tea. Now, does he fit into that cozy vibe? Or is he all about chaos while you're craving calm? It's like finding the perfect dance partner. Your steps don't have to be identical, but you've got to move to the same beat. When you find someone who loves the little things you do, it's like your days get a sprinkle of extra fairy dust. You deserve that harmony, babe. 10. The je ne sais quoi economy. Scarcity as currency. Overavailability is the fastest way to devalue yourself. Become a limited edition masterpiece. Rare, coveted, never on clearance. Let him marinate in the agony of missing you. This isn't manipulation. It's self-respect. The dream girl isn't always accessible. She's too busy living a life so magnetic. His presence is a privilege, not a right. Oh, my little gem, you're like a rare cupcake. Too special to be grabbed up all the time. When you're out there living your best life, dancing, laughing, chasing your dreams, he'll miss you like crazy. And that's a good thing. It's not about being sneaky. It's about being so busy shining that he has to work a little to catch your glow. You're a treat worth waiting for. and he'll adore you even more for it. 11. The post-traumatic crown, alchemizing pain into unbreakable standards. Your past isn't baggage, it's data. Every heartbreak taught you what you'll never tolerate again. The woman who's been shattered and rebuilt herself with diamond edges, she's catnip to high-value men. They don't want fragility. They crave the woman who's tasted hell and still radiates heaven. Your scars aren't flaws, they're proof of your unbeatable spirit. Baby girl, every tear you've shed is like a glittery badge of courage. You're so strong, and I'm so proud of you. Those tough times? They didn't break you. They made you a total warrior princess. Now you know exactly what you won't put up with, and that's hot. High-value guys love a woman who's fierce and fabulous. You're not hiding your story. You're wearing it like the sparkliest crown, and it's beautiful. 12. The subtle power of strategic withdrawal. Sometimes the most powerful move is retreat. When he slips, pull back, not to punish, but to recalibrate. Watch how he scrambles to reclaim your warmth. This isn't games, it's gravity. The earth doesn't beg the sun to rise. It simply makes space for light. Be the woman whose absence is felt like a phantom limb. Darling, sometimes you've got to step back and let him miss your sunshine. It's like giving him a little nudge to remember how lucky he is. Say he's been a bit off, just focus on you for a bit. Paint your nails, call your bestie, and watch him perk up like, wait, where's my favorite girl? It's not about being cold. It's about reminding him your love is a gift. You're too precious to chase, and he'll run right back to prove it. 13. The legacy lens, love as immortality. High-stakes love isn't about romance, it's about legacy. The man who sees you as his dream girl isn't planning dates, he's building dynasties. Does he mention your mind in his memoir? Your spirit in his prayers? You're not just his lover, you're the muse who'll haunt his bloodline for generations. Settle for nothing less than a love that outlives you. And remember, queens, the most powerful love stories begin when you refuse to beg for a seat at someone's table, and instead build your own feast. True devotion isn't negotiated. It's inspired by the unshakable way you hold your worth. Here's your stoic truth for the week. The world will only treat you as well as you treat yourself. When you anchor your value in something no person can give or take, your integrity, your self-respect, your inner sovereignty, you transform every interaction. No one can dim a light that's self-sustaining. Oh, my beautiful babies, wasn't this just the coziest heart-to-heart? I hope you're feeling so loved and empowered right now, because you're everything to me. If this video awakens something in you, don't let the lesson fade. Save it and tell me in the comments. Which mindset shift hit hardest? I'm dying to hear from you. Your sweet words light up my day and inspire our next adventures together. Until next time, protect your energy like the crown jewel it is. The right people will recognize it without explanation. The wrong ones? Let them become someone else's lesson. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe for more royal upgrades. I've got so much more love and magic to share with you. You're not an option, my precious. You are the standard, and I'm so proud to be on this journey with you. Feminine Queen out, sending you all the biggest hugs and sparkles.